Now let us go in this particular video. I will be talking about the introduction to MSA. What is MSA? MSA is nothing but measurement system and analysis. Why we need it? You are starting your journey for Six Sigma. But if you are not sure the measurement system you are using, the equipment you are using, the people who are doing those measurements, those are having some kind of gap or some kind of defect or some kind of improvement is required, then definitely you cannot use those measurement system for measuring your data. And that is why before we go onto the floor, we go onto the Gemba to collect the data, and starting our improvements based on the measurement or starting our analysis based on measurement. Generally, we are checking whether our system is capable to measure the data. So let us understand this measurement system analysis into the detail. MSA is the mathematical process to quantify variation introduced to a process or product by the act of measuring. What do you mean by that? Your system is working in specific environment and you are having your operator, procedure, equipment and references impacting on your processes, impacting on your output. So the environment and all these four parameters are impacting on your output, and that is why we need to check whether we are having capable operator, we are having right equipment, right process, right references and right environment to carry out this particular procedure. So what is operator? Operator can be for a person, can be different instrument measuring the same product. What is references? References is a standard that is used to calibrate the equipment. What do you mean by process? Procedure is the method used to perform the test. What do you mean by equipment? Equipment, the device through which you are doing the measurement. And what is environment? It is the surrounding where the measures are performed. Now, what is the purpose? The purpose of MSA is to assess the error due to the measurement system. This error can be divided in two types. One is precision, that is related to the repeatability and reproducibility, and accuracy, that is related to the stability, linearity, resolutions and bias. So we'll be talking about this in more depth, but let us understand repeatability is for the equipment. If you are having variation from the equipment, it is related to the repeatability, and if you are having variation because of the operator or attribute gauge, then you can say you are having the reproducibility. Very, very important to understand what is accuracy and precision. I am having two figures here. Now, if I look at the figures and if I would like to judge which particular figure is accurate and which particular figure is precise. Looking at these figures, I can say the figure 1 is accurate but not precise. Why accurate? That means, let's say if I am producing the cap, which the example we took in earlier videos, and my customer has given me the tolerance limit as 4.2 and 3.8, and this black dot is saying the different type of taps which I am producing. So certain taps are having the diameter of 4.1, such 4.2, 4.19, 4.18, and some of the caps are having the diameter of 3.85, 3.88, 3.89. The middle one is of 4, and that means I am actually producing within the tolerance limit, but the variation, the spread is more. If you look at the second particular figure, where I have produced more or less all the cap of 3.85 of the diameter. In that case, I can say that I am precise but I am not accurate. If I will be precise but not accurate, there are all chances gradually I will be shifting from 3.5 to 3.4 to 3.3, and someday I will start producing the defectives. We need to take care of accuracy and precision both. We need to have both things, accuracy and precision. So, as we talked that why MSA is required, measurement system analysis is important to study the percentage of variation in our process that is caused by the measurement system, Number 2 is compare the measurement between the operators. Number 3 is compare measurement between two measurement devices. Evaluate gauge before and after repairs. Determine the true process variation and evaluate effectiveness of the training program. So these are the reasons generally we are conducting the measurement and system analysis. Now let us understand what are the component of variation. The idea of Six Sigma is to remove the variation, and if we'll not focus onto the process of removing it, definitely will not able to remove it, and that is why we need to understand what exactly we need to check to reduce this variation. So if you observe any variation, then variation is because of the two kind of parameters. The one is the unit to unit true variation, the other is measurement system error. So if unit to unit variation is because of the inherent process of the that is because of the common cause. But if you are having measurement system error, then you are having the defects or variation because of the accuracy or precision. So precision, when you are measuring, it is because of the repeatability and reproducibility. So we are using gauge R&R to actually check how much variation we are having because of the operator or equipment. And because of the accuracy, if we are having some variations, then we are getting into the stability, bias and linearity. So all the measurement system have error, and if you don't know how much the variation you observe it contribute to the measurement system, you cannot make confident decision, and that is why we need to calculate the variation into the system. Let us understand the repeatability and reproducibility, which are the part of precision. What do you mean by precision? A precise metric is one that returns the same value of a given attribute every time when you are measuring it. Precise data are independent of who estimates them when you are actually estimating it. And precision can be partitioned into the two components. One is repeatability, the other one is the reproducibility. And repeatability and reproducibility put together gives us gauge R plus R, gauge repeatability and reproducibility. It is also called gauge R and R. What do you mean by repeatability? Repeatability is the variation into measurement obtained with one measurement instrument used for several times for measuring the identical characteristic of the product or the part. And the same instrument is giving you the different value, then definitely there are chances of the variation. That is what we are actually trying to find out. So repeatability is related to the equipment variation. So into the manufacturing, one person measures the purity of multiple samples of the same vial and gets different purity measures. It should not happen ideally, but if it is happening, then there is some gap or some kind of error into the measuring instrument. Similarly, let's say if you are working in services and one person is evaluating the contract multiple times, and every time he is making different determination of the error, or he is coming out with different errors. We can call that is the measurement mistake. And both these mistakes we need to remove before we assess our processes. Let's try to understand reproducibility. When two different operators are measuring same part and both the operators are having different opinion, then we can say that there is a gap between the measurement in this two particular operator. For example, in manufacturing, let's say different people perform purity test on samples from the same vial and get different results. Same vial, different people, different results. So yes, there is a skill set gap. And in transactional or in service industry, different people evaluate the same contract and make different assumptions. They are checking same invoice and they are coming out with different errors into that. So that is the difference because of the operators or the person who is evaluating. Now let us talk about the accuracy. What do you mean by accuracy? An accurate measurement is the difference between the observed average of the measurement and reference value. So you are having one true value, and when you are measuring one part, and comparing your measurement with the true value and you are getting difference, then there is a bias. Now accuracy can be assessed in several ways, and there are three important ways: is measurement of the known standards, comparison with another known measurement method, and prediction of a theoretical value. So these are the ways to understand the accuracy. What happens if we don't have standards, comparisons, or theories? That is why you need to have standards. If you cannot measure, you cannot improve. And that is why Six Sigma concepts are based on the past data, based on the references, based on the measurement, and you're measuring where exactly you are, and from there you are actually improving. What exactly we need? We need accuracy and precision, and we need actually whatever we produce that should be based on target. But in practical environment, it is absolutely challenging because of the main machine, material, method, measurement, environment. You are having kind of changes, and that is why we need to check the accuracy and precision through the methods we discussed, and we need to decide whether our system is capable of measuring the data which we are collecting. Now, what is the bias? The bias is defined as the deviation of the measured value from the actual value, and calibration is the best way to minimize the bias within and bring it to the acceptable limits. What do you mean by stability? Stability of gauge is defined as error as a function of time. Environmental conditions such as cleanliness, noise, vibration, lighting, chemical, wear and tear, all these are leading to the gauge instability. Ideally, gauges can be maintained to give a high degree of stability, but can never be eliminated, unlike reproducibility, because those are exposed into the environment, and because of the natural tendency or the common causes, that there are chances of them getting unstable. So gauge stability studies would be the first exercise, that is to past calibration procedures. And control chart commonly used to track the stability of a measurement system over time. So in this particular curve, you can see the drift, and drift is because of the unstable data or instability into the gauge. Linearity is defined as the difference in bias values throughout the measurement range in which the gauge is intended to be used. This tells you how accurate your measurement are through the expected range of the measurements. And it answers the question, does my gauge have the same accuracy for all size of objects being measured?